Good morning, you stinky little nerds. How are we? I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for asking. And today is a day where, super long story short, as we know, I'm a huge DnD nerd, player, fan, whatever. And I have so many character ideas that I love and I want to play, but only play one game a week, so my brain just gets swollen, if that makes sense, with character ideas. But I know that's not necessarily the case for everyone. I know a lot of people do sometimes struggle making characters, so I figured I'd share some of my favorite websites that I use to kind of help the creative juices flowing, and kind of randomizes some characters. And it's kind of fun to kind of get this random set of who are you, and then just kind of making a story from it. I really enjoy it. Hopefully you will too, and hopefully this helps for some people who need a little bit of stir, a little bit of creative spice in their juice, So the first website is tetracube.com, and it gives you a character card, and it basically randomizes the card from top to bottom, literally everything, ideals and abilities and secrets and all these personality traits that can be a little hard to kind of make up a character, so it kind of gives you a lot of those. Okay, we have Yvelda. Alright, so she's an orc, clearly. Yvelda. She's druid, circle of spores, knight of the order, female. She's 10 years. Oh, she's 10 years old. Okay, so Yvelda is a 10-year-old orc girl who's a druid, but also a knight at the same time. Okay, so already this is gonna be a great character. It says her bond that I will still lay down my life for the people I serve with. So she's a very honorable 10-year-old who's just ready to throw her life down on the line as soon as possible. She's already seen it all. Monstrous origin. You receive divine insight that set you on your path, and occasionally receive new visions that guide you. I feel like that's a lot for 10 years of life. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was doing when I was 10, but I know I wasn't getting divine insight. I'm still yet to get divine insight. Maybe later. And her treasured item, Yvelda's special herbs tied together in a bundle. So she's, you know what I mean? She's on that dang, you know? She's got that. Maybe that's her divine insight. Maybe that's why this 10-year-old gets divine insights, because she's smoking that devil's lettuce at 10. My ability is perception, spiritual insight. Which again, it's this small. I'm picturing kind of like Ellie from The Last of Us, if that makes sense. This small, mean badass, except she's very insightful. And very perceptive and spiritual. We're definitely getting the spiritual vibes. Definitely with the divine insight. So it's a kid that's been touched by a god of some kind, and is now a druid who smokes. Yvelda's A+. Love this. Low ability, dexterity, clumsy, and fumbling. And she's clumsy as hell. Because she's 10. She's a child. They run too fast, they fall over. They trip over their shoelaces and stuff. This is literally a child. Interaction trait blustering? I don't know what that means. Flaw or secret. Forbidden love. Or susceptibility to romance. Huh. See, now it's a little weird. I don't really know the age of consent for orcs. Is there one? Orc age of consent. In Ohio. Why are these all Ohio? Let's revise this. So, let's turn this around. She's in the body of a 10-year-old. Yvelda. But she's actually a spirit. Right? You following? Who's just possessed the body of a child. And that would make sense why she would lay down her life because it's just a meat suit. You know, she doesn't care about the body. Divine insight, we covered that. Wisdom, spiritual, it will make sense now. Yvelda is just the, you know, the meat and bones of this mysterious spiritual being that has taken over her. Look at this. This is the best. This is going to be my next character. Yvelda. This is amazing. What else do we have? Occupation. Laborer. She's 10. She's an orc, I guess. Is a 10-year-old orc probably stronger than like a fully grown male? Maybe that's a thing in the orc camp. You know, she was made to work her whole life, and then she got taken over by the spirit. You know, and then I don't. Appearance: missing fingers. Jesus Christ. That's essential for being a laborer. Is your fingers. What happened to him? Maybe she lost them being a laborer because she's a child and she's clumsy. Talent, expert juggler. That doesn't really make sense with the missing fingers and the clumsiness. That doesn't. I mean, must be very, very talented then, if she can do it without fingers. Maybe with her magic powers, who knows. Protective of a sentimental keepsake. Oh, okay. That's probably her spicy bag. Her bag of spice. Oh, wait, no, this character is... Okay, so... Jeez. Our 10-year-old orc, Yvelda? Okay, so our 10-year-old orc, Yvelda, is 6'4", 211 pounds, with gray eyes and purplish gray skin. Oh my god, what a beast. Well, there you go. There's our first character, Yvelda, the 10-year-old finger-missing laborer who was taken over by a divine spirit and loves to puff, you know? So look, super easy. Do this once and you've got yourself, you got a sick character. The second website it's wild. It's more for like the humor of it than like actually making a good character, like Yvelda. It's called who the fuck is my DnD character.com. Okay, so it's like this. You think your character is cool? My character is a fucking gentle dwarf monk from a floating city who can't stand the sight of blood. Perfect. And if you don't like that one, you can go, I don't really give a fuck about that guy. That's wonderful. It's like so much more condensed than the other one, than Yvelda was, but it just gives you like so much more room for like imagination. So your persona can for sure be like gentle, like, you know, you're very soft spoken and like warm-hearted, and you're very lovely. From a floating city, that's freaking awesome as well. So that could, you know, link in with being a gentle dwarf. Is you could be the only dwarf on your floating city, you know, because dwarves are usually more mountainous folk. So that could definitely tie in there. And you can't stand the sight of blood. So you hate doing what you do. You hate kicking ass. That's why you're so gentle. You don't want to beat the crap out of this person. But if you gotta, you'll reluctantly do it. His on the nose is bloody, you're just like... Hold up. Now, let's do one more of these. Cunning gnome fighter from the Shade Forests who never returned anything they borrowed. What an ass. You're a cunning gnome, that's totally cool. Fighter gnome, though, that's freaking sick. You know, you gotta hit them knees, you know what I mean? From the Shade Forests who never returned anything they borrowed. I just imagine they're like the really like shitty neighbor, you know what I mean, who takes your tools and whatnot. Like, hey, mind if I just borrow your glue gun or something? Like, oh yeah, absolutely, no worries. Never see it again. A little forest gnome is also so cute. It just makes me think of like them sleeping under a mushroom, which is just the most adorable thing ever. And you're a fighter, so you're just a freaking badass. Like, you just slice and dice with your freaking gnome sword, dagger, or whatever you have, and run away to your little forest. It's so cute. I love it. Alright, this will be the final one. Check this shit out. I'm gonna be a fucking reluctant dwarf ranger from a hastily erected tent city who has accepted death as an inevitability. From a hastily ejected tent city? What kind of city is this? It's just a shitty campsite. It's just a really big shitty campsite. It's like a festival. It's like Woodstock. So you're a reluctant dwarf ranger from Woodstock. Why are you reluctant? Because you've accepted death as an It's because you've accepted death as an inevitability. You're just like, man, what's the point? I'm just gonna die anyway. It doesn't even freaking matter. Just like, I'm from freaking tents anyway. Like, it doesn't. I don't care. I'd rather not be here. Alright, so those are my two favorite D&D creator, fantasy creator. Even if you're just writing a story, you know, it doesn't have to be D&D, it can be anything. Anything to create a fun character. Like, those are my two favorite resources. It's TerraCube and Who the Fuck is My D&D Character. They're both super awesome and super fun. Hopefully it's helped. If not, I do apologize. I had a great time. Yeah. Peace.